Hello. In this video, I will be showing you the capacity to influence for reportable superannuation contributions on the payment summary, new to Sybiz Visipay version 14.50. So the scenario is Jimmy is the MD and he has decided throughout the year to pay himself a little bit more employer superannuation, and now he needs to report that as a capacity to influence contribution on his payment summary. Now, in previous years, what that necessitated at the end of the financial year was to do a mock pay to make some adjustments to salary sacrifice to get the information onto the reportable superannuation contributions on the payment summary. But what we'll do here at the end of the financial year now in version 14.50, we can go to the balances in Jimmy's record and we can merely type in the superannuation contributions for the reportable superannuation under the super influence area there. So that will now appear on Jimmy's payment summary, and so we'll just save and close out of Jimmy's record and have a look at the payment summary, and we'll just run that to the screen, and we'll see now that under the reportable superannuation contributions there is the $1,200 on Jimmy's payment summary. Now, it is also necessary to point out that had Jimmy been salary sacrificing during the year, that would also be included in that reportable employer superannuation contributions field on the payment summary. So what about the next financial year? Well, what we'll do next is we'll take a look at what happens in the new financial year and how we can set up Jimmy's record to record the capacity to influence reportable employer superannuation contributions on a pay-by-pay basis. Okay, so we're now in the new financial year, and what we want to do is set up Jimmy's record so that he gets the capacity to influence calculating on each and every pay process. So we'll just go into Jimmy's record. Now, when it comes to recording capacity to influence, you do need to make a few decisions. So firstly, whether it is an amount or a percentage, then what that amount or percentage is, and then you need to determine whether it's already included in the staff type superannuation or it's on top of that superannuation. So we'll walk through a couple of scenarios. So the first one is Jimmy's in the executive staff type and he's decided that as the managing director, he's the only one that's going to get additional superannuation, and he's going to be giving himself 2.5% over and above everyone else in that staff type. So that is percentage on top, and there are the four methods to choose from. So you've got percentage and amount on top or from, and we'll explain the on top first through the payroll process. So we'll just save and close Jimmy's record, and now we'll go to process pay for Jimmy, and we'll just quickly select the defaults and process through, and then go back to Jimmy's record and have a look at the balances information on Jimmy's record. So if we go to balances, we'll now see that the capacity to influence, the super influence, is $90.86, which is the 2.5% on top of the normal employer superannuation contributions. And you'll see the $1,200 from the previous financial year is in the super influence for the prior year as well. So that allows you, if you do need to go back and reissue payment summaries, that information is stored in the database. And that is that. So that's the one scenario there with the percentage on top. Now what we'll do is we'll go to the staff type that Jimmy's a part of, and Jimmy's had a change of heart. He now believes that everyone else in his staff type should be getting the 12.5%. So we'll go into the executive staff type onto super guarantee, and now's a good time as well to change the quarterly superannuation threshold for the new financial year. We won't do that as part of this exercise, but Jimmy's now getting the 12% super, so we'll change that percentage for everyone within the executive staff type. Okay, that, and close out. So now that everyone in that particular staff type is getting the 12.5%, we need to go back to Jimmy's record and we need to change his basis for the super influence to percentage from. So note that the actual percentage stays the same. It's just the method has changed now, where it's saying we want to take 2.5% of the employer superannuation according to the staff type and actually acknowledge that as the super influence. So there you have it. That is the capacity to influence for reportable superannuation contributions in Sybiz Visipay 14.50. Thank you for watching and thank you for choosing Sybiz.